The night in the USL Championship comes to a close from Seaside, California, and Cardinale Stadium, the final home match of 2024 for Monterey Bay as they play host to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. With Ryan Davis, I'm Josh Eastern. Monterey Bay, based on a result midweek, have been eliminated from the playoffs, but after the coaching change, they've been trying to change the culture within this club. And it's attractive soccer as well. He wants to bring in a more fluent style of play, playing out of the back, and more fun for the players as well. And I think this is going to bode well for this club going into the future. For Monterey Bay, Moby Fair has been a regular contributor this year, 4 goals, 2 assists for Fair. But let's talk about his work rate as well. He covers so much ground on that left-hand side, and yes, he creates opportunities, but the fact that he could get into opportunities to score absolutely helps his team get on the score sheet. The standings are brought to you by Possibilities, where everything is possible. Colorado Springs, they have that X next to their name. They are looking to book a home playoff spot, but Memphis is hot on their heels. Yeah, that's what makes this game so big tonight. Despite Monterey Bay not having much of a shout in this match, Colorado wants to bump up to that second or third position to have a little bit more wiggle room and more home games if they do progress. And we will keep you updated with all of the scores around the USL Championship Western Conference tonight. But this Colorado Springs side coming in winless in their last 4, they got to get things back on track. Yeah, and they have the personnel to do that. However, this is a very competitive USL Championship. Things may have dried up just a little bit in the last couple of games, but with the personnel they have, look for them to get back on track tonight against a weaker Monterey Bay team. The player to watch for the Switchbacks tonight is forward Ronaldo Damas, a former USL Championship final MVP. Absolutely electric, Ronaldo Damas. He can turn on a dime. If the ball is played in front of him as well, he can run onto it. And finishing, he's second to no one in this league. So far, 12 goals in the regular season for Damas. That leads the Switchbacks. We are getting you set for first kick tonight between Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay, the last time at Cardinale Stadium in 2024. We'll have lineups and first kick on the way.
As Montage Health celebrates its 90th anniversary, we're taking a look at the past, recognizing how we started and where we are heading. Over the decades, we have grown from a hospital to an entire healthcare system. Today, Montage Health remains an independent, locally owned, nonprofit organization. We are proud to offer healthcare services for every chapter of life. At Montage Health, our history of excellence is rooted in a commitment to our community. That commitment lives on today and for the next 90 years and beyond.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year.
Cardinale Stadium, Seaside, California is our site. Monterey Bay FC playing host to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Tonight's starting lineups, we will start with the home side in Monterey Bay for head coach Jordan Stewart, a 4-3-3 tonight. I look at Rebelard in number 7. He's going to pull the strings with Valesky, Ronaldo, and Martinez, but he really is that linchpin between the attack and the midfield. He's one of the players to watch.
So to Valesky, he's going to run in and off of Rabila's shoulder, and that should pose some problems for Colorado.
For the Colorado Springs Switchbacks and head coach James Chambers, a 4-3-3 as well tonight for the Switchbacks.
Well, I love Williams. He's the Jamaican Xavi. He talk about pulling the strings and being the orchestrator. He provides flow, he provides tempo, and he provides space, which every soccer player covets. And Ronaldo Damas, Mr. Electric, he loves the service from the sides or behind him. Doesn't matter. Look for those two to link up.
So many of this Colorado Springs Switchback side coming back from international duty, including Ronaldo Damas, who was in national team camp with Haiti. Our referee tonight is Alex Beeler. He will have the whistle as we are set for kickoff on a 60-degree clear night here in Seaside, California. But as it does, look at a little bit chillier than just 60 degrees as the night progresses.
60 degrees, that's sweaters and scarves for me.
There is the whistle. We are underway tonight for the final time in 2024 at Cardinale Stadium. It's Monterey Bay and the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
You know, Josh, we talked about Monterey sort of falling out of the race over the last week or so. But for the coaching staff, everything continues. You're now seeing players who are auditioning for their positions next year. So nothing actually stops inside that locker room. It really is business as usual.
And still a lot of the regular contributors that we've seen this season. Alex Dixon, though, not part of the 18 tonight for Jordan Stewart and Monterey Bay. Likes of Maury Donor, Moby Fair, Homer Martinez, the list goes on and on. Some of those regular contributors are still right there in the starting lineup as the Switchbacks look to come forward early. Cross coming in, but dealt with. And a whistle will send it back the other way to Monterey Bay.
And for someone like Jordan Stewart, who has this great vision of having this team play fluent soccer, understand, the more fluent you get, it's the more intricate it gets. If you're going to play stubborn, get behind the ball soccer, go long, it takes a little bit of time to learn that. But the system that he wants to implement, the players have to be drafted into play that system, and also the players that are there have to buy into the system. So like we said before, Monterey Bay, the project has already begun.
No doubt, and Jordan Stewart getting a little bit of bonus time this year as well, able to implement that in this season. They were still trying to fight for the playoffs. It didn't go their way, but they'll be able to carry some of this into next season now as you look at the foul.
Well, that's what you want from your defenders, right? Anything in the air, they want to be aggressive, whether they give up the foul or not. As a coach, you don't mind seeing that. You want to see that sort of body language from your defenders.
Now a free kick for Monterey Bay here in the opening 2 minutes. It's Walmer Martinez standing over it now. Martinez will deliver with that left foot. Christian Herrera in goal tonight for the Switchbacks. Martinez delivers. Nothing doing for Monterey Bay. Coming to the end line, Valesky going down. Colorado Springs trying to win this back in a good area. And they just get this one out. Damas, the front runner here for the Switchbacks. He'll try to chase after it. Shoulder to shoulder with Kai Green and out of play.
Expertly done by Kai Green. You can't have Damas turn there and start to face the defense with any sort of momentum. Shut down the momentum and give up the throw-in.
Again, floated over the top, this time looking for Tyreek McGee. Colorado Springs side that is winless in their last 4 games, trying to get things going. Here they come with an early chance, and a diving save to his right for Carlos Herrera.
Well, it's a nice height for Herrera. Good strike. You love the adventure, but Herrera got 2 hands to it. It's a great save for a keeper to get his first save for the evening. It's going to set up that confidence, and that position is all about confidence.
Herrera now in his 3rd season with Monterey Bay, came on as a trialist during the 2022 preseason, signed a little bit later on. Here's a look at Jordan Stewart stepping in August, his first head coaching job. And now he'll try to carry this Monterey Bay side into the future. Told us this week that that game against Sacramento. It was about 10 days ago now, but he said finishing the way we did, it felt like a big moment for the team. It was a late stoppage time goal for Maury Donor. The player doesn't score a lot of goals. It was his first goal of the year, but it came at a great time for Monterey Bay. It kind of kept them alive going into that 10-day layoff. Unfortunately, they were eliminated in the midweek because of Orange County's result against El Paso. Another whistle and a free kick going back to the home side. Well, for the Switchbacks, last time out, a 2-1 loss against San Antonio, and it's a San Antonio side that has had the Switchbacks number over the last few years. And as James Chambers said, we dominated the game, but we didn't react well to a few minutes, and then that changed the last few minutes of the game. That there's a clip circulating on social media this week that they had a million chances in one sequence, couldn't put it over the line. Some good saves, some good blocks from San Antonio, but in the end, it's still a home loss.
It's the nature of the game sometimes. They had 69% possession with 22 shots. I mean, if you just look at that stat, you think the scoreline was 8-0. But the fact that they lost the match, I mean, that's the nature of soccer. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
It's the team still looking to clinch a home playoff spot. They have clinched their spot in the playoffs, but they no doubt want to play at Widener Field. Here's a shot from distance, one bounce, and into the waiting arms of Carlos Herrera. Tyreek McGee trying his luck.
Well, the Jamaican is adventurous, and you like that in the attacking third. Twisting, turning, gets onto his left foot. And as a coach, you love the fact that he has a strike from there. If you don't buy a ticket, Josh, you can't win the raffle. And Tyreek McGee bought that ticket.
Tyreek McGee, 3 goals and an assist, his second season with the Switchbacks out of Kingston, Jamaica. He was just in with the Jamaica national team for their Nations League fixtures against Honduras and Nicaragua. He played 78 minutes in the game against Nicaragua, played 60 minutes against Honduras on Monday. Part of the big contingent of Switchbacks that were part of the international window for their respective national teams. Haiti, Puerto Rico, Jamaica. Just a few of those nations represented. El Salvador with Jairo Enriquez as well. Here's Speedy Williams, former Jamaican international in his own right. Looking infield again, Zach Zandy, just firing it over the bar. What a chance for Colorado Springs number 10. That's 3 early shots here for the Switchbacks.
He's so shifty, Zandy. He plays like the ultimate number 10, right on top of the 18-yard box, looking to either lay balls off or get shots for himself. Quick turn, not too far off, and that's the sort of player that sort of unlocks games. Zach Zandy.
Zandy, who's battled injuries in the past. His 4th season now at the club. 3 goals, 4 assists here in 2024. Broken up in the middle. Another chance to hit from distance. Carlos Herrera's a busy man here early on.
Did someone tell Colorado that Carlos Herrera cannot keep? Because they're trying shots from just about every angle. But again, that gets them back into that mentality of scoring and creating chances, being aggressive in the last third, which Colorado, after 22 shots against San Antonio, want to continue that sort of tempo into this match.
They scored just 1 goal in the last 2 games, a couple of 1-1 draws in the previous 2 matches. They've lost 2 straight now, the Switchbacks coming into play tonight. It's not for a lack of trying. They have been, you mentioned the 22 shots last week,
shots.
already quite a few already tonight on target.
Ask Carlos Herrera how many shots he's had so far.
Busy night. And we just got started.
Look at the press too, Josh. I mean, they're not willing to give an inch. And in modern day soccer, if you're going to conjure up goals when you can't find goals, it's from the defensive side. That's a bit of an offensive philosophy in itself, the pressing. And once they turn the ball over, a quick counter press can get you an easy goal and sort of take the pressure off the team.
As Jordan Stewart's talked about, he says we want to be a team that plays out of the back. So there will be those chances to put pressure high out and win it back in those good areas.
But Colorado is liable to be susceptible to that as well. They like to play out of the back with Speedy Williams and company, and that gives Monterey an opportunity, if they do press, to get a goal.
A foul here against Pierce Galloway. It was a bit of a late whistle after There's a slip by Damas. Tyreek McGee was in there as well.
And here's Galloway given. Once you slide tackle in this day and age, even if you get all ball, you can't get the whistle, but still, I think coming from that angle from behind the player, I think it gave the referee no choice.
Slowly put back in play here by the Switchbacks. Mahoney looking over the top. Bouncing once on this artificial surface. Another chance to clear away now for Monterey Bay. Leski was onto it, he lays it back. Xavi Nalati, he goes to ground, but it's out of play and a throw in for Colorado Springs. And now Nalati, I think a bit frustrated. I'll push in the back for Zach Zandy.
Yeah, I think the referee thought it was simulation, but I thought it was enough contact for a foul.
Over the top again, looking for Ronaldo Damas, and out for the game's first corner kick.
But when you have a weapon like Damas, any sort of space behind that back line, you want to put it in front of him to go after.
Corner kick.
It's a bagel corner kick now for Colorado Springs. Tyreek McGee. In swinging ball, heads go up. And the clearing header right there in the middle by Monterey Bay, out for another throw.
Good delivery by McGee. So many times we see the corner taker not getting past that first defender. He got it right to that near post, which makes it so hard to defend, but there were two defenders there to protect.
Chested down, the Switchbacks looking infield for Damas. Trying to bring it off his chest as this one will run out of play right to Jordan Stewart. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Montage Health. Fortunately, is a long list of injuries for Monterey Bay. Traeger, Archimed, Boone, Orendine, Maldonado. Traeger, Archimed, and Boone, three regular contributors on that front line. Archimed's been out for now most of the season. Traeger, though, in his first season with the club, 8 goals, 2 assists. That's an important player that has been out for this Monterey Bay side.
And remember, goals cure everything. So someone like Traeger can come in and get a goal for you if he was on the pitch. Again, takes pressure off the rest of the team. When that dries up, everyone has to be perfect because his score already isn't budging from 0-0.
Looking infield for Zach Zandy, broken up. There's Revelar. And Monterey Bay can reset here at the back. Kai Green. Pressure from the Switchbacks. Monterey Bay trying to play right through it. And there's Farah to turn it back.
Getting a great display of this modern-day Monterey Bay team. Playing out from the back, being comfortable in possession, not worrying, not allowing the other team to dictate where they're going to go with the ball. They're going to dictate where they go with the ball. They're going to feel the pressure, move away from the pressure, and keep progressing.
Down the line, now trying to cut it back. Broken up in the middle. The deflection will take it off to the near side now. Contact outside the area. Matt Real commits the foul and a free kick to Monterey Bay.
Well, you can build up as much as you want, but once you get into that last third, you have to become unrehearsed. Excellent turn, wins the free kick. Matt Real in trouble, and now Monterey Bay have an opportunity in a very dangerous position. It's tailor-made for a left footer. Let's see who they decide. It's going to be Martinez.
Christian Herrera organizing things now for the Switchbacks.
Well, that is a mountain of a man. He takes one step to his left, he's going to get his hand to it.
While we're Walmer Martinez eyeing this one. A three-man wall for Colorado Springs as player has gone down there on the far side. Everybody back on their feet. James Chambers talking with the fourth official. And still the conversation ongoing.
Now, in a perfect world, Walmer Martinez can get this up and over that two-man wall and nestle it into the top corner of the near post.
Now it's a two-man wall. Walmer Martinez is ready. He went for that idea, but Herrera gets across the goal mouth in time.
It's easier said than done, Josh. Getting it up and over.
High degree of difficulty there. Yeah. That's why they're so special when they happen. Damas trying to run in behind. Revelar got his body in the way, and the foul will go back to Monterey Bay.
You love that from your forward. Remember, the forward is the first defender. Tugging, pulling, harassing. Yes, he gave up the foul, but the body language and the desperation from the forward says it all.
It's another foul and a free kick going back upfield for Monterey Bay. The Switchbacks no doubt want to be at home in the playoffs. They take victory tonight. Should Memphis fail to take victory against Phoenix and Sacramento, earn at least a draw against El Paso, the Switchbacks will be clear of Memphis due to holding the head-to-head tiebreaker in the series. They would clinch a top 4 spot. So that is what's on the line tonight for the Switchbacks. Trying to come here on the road and get the job done. During that last conversation before the free kick, there was a yellow card given to Alex Lara for dissent. As this is headed back towards the end line. Herrera able to clear it back into the midfield. Tracked down by Speedy Williams. A great textured pass ahead for McGee. Rocha delivering. Damas off his chest. Damas goes for the hit and blocks. It'll roll all the way to the near touchline where it's kept in play by Matt Real. A left back can deliver. Another clearance. Good versatility on this back line. Duke Lacroix. He was playing left back for Haiti during the international window. Matt Real starting at left back tonight. He can slide inside if needed as well.
I want to go back to the Alex Lara's yellow card. He's a center back in the first 15 minutes of the game. If you get a yellow card off of dissent, you're talking. Your entire game is built off of shoving, pushing, tackling, and harassing forwards. You need to save that yellow card for that reason and that reason only. For you to get a yellow card this early in the match for talking to the referee is unforgivable in a coach's eyes.
Something to monitor tonight. I'm sure the Switchbacks will take note of that.
Absolutely.
And they have some pretty quick front runners themselves with the likes of Fernando Damas, Zach Sandy, etc.
And then his game has to be altered, right? If there is a chance to shove or shoulder someone off the ball, he can't do that.
Here's Damas looking for options and back for Duke Lacroix. The Switchbacks will take some time on the ball now. Remember, this was a Switchback side that started the season with 5 straight losses. So the run that they have been on since is pretty remarkable. They've lost only 2 games since. They've lost 7 games all year. And what James Chambers has done to turn this thing around has been very, very impressive. His first season as head coach after joining on as an assistant under Brendan Burke in 2021.
You know, sometimes even great teams like Colorado, with this personnel, the gelling factor, the chemistry does take time to build. Defensively as a unit, it takes time to build. And when you give up easy goals and losing becomes a little bit of a habit at the beginning of the season, it's hard to shake it. But when they did, and they figured things out, and that chemistry did sort of form in the dressing room, completely changed their season.
Also getting Matt Real in on loan from Philadelphia Union really helped his Colorado Springs Switchbacks defense. He's been a key cog in why they have been so successful. There's a player down away from the ball. He gets back to his feet now as Monterey Bay carry on down the left. Slipped ahead, now trying to split the double team. And contact in the area, it's a foul going against Monterey Bay. And Rocha saying he was pushed just a few minutes ago.
Well, it's Martinez. He gives up the ball, and he's a little frustrated, so he just sort of lunges at it, goes through Rocha. He's asking for some repercussions. And he's saying that's not Wilmer Martinez's first time. Coach Chambers talking about they had a very good September, but not a very good October. And he can't wait for Halloween to come to get rid of this month. You know, speaking about Halloween, Josh, I'm a little disappointed with our lack of candy on the desk. My previous games I've had this week, I've really made an effort to bring candy. And I think I've sort of dropped the ball, and I apologize for not having Halloween candy with us tonight.
I can pick you up, because in my bag I have some pretzel M&Ms. So, hey, at halftime we can dig in.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is a Switchback side. Since the calendar turned to October, it's 2 straight losses. The month of September, it was 3 wins and 2 draws. Luckily, the playoffs will not be in October. They will be in November. So, as you mentioned, James Chambers will be excited when Halloween does come around.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they do finish off the season. Still next week, it's going to be a tough matchup and potential playoff preview at Sacramento. That will not be an easy away day for Colorado Springs. Moved out wide again for Matt Real. The delivery coming in. The header away. Monterey Bay looking to play upfield, but nothing doing. The Switchbacks win it back quickly. Hanya. Now it's Enriquez. And Speedy Williams. Another look at goal. Tyreek McGee. Matt Real back for McGee.
Excellent, excellent defense by Monterey Bay. We talk about their building from the back. What about their defensive shape? Look how compact they are, not giving Colorado any room when the ball comes back inside. Players are engaging, they're corralling and frustrating. And so far, it's Monterey Bay with 56% possession in the opening 20 minutes. They have bossed the game in that regard, but balls played into the box, progressive passes into the last third, dominated by Colorado so far as they've been more adventurous.
A foul here. Revelar getting tangled up with Yosuke Hanya.
I made a comment in a previous match. That is a yellow card to the letter of the law, but I'm not seeing referees following up with that. A player coming from behind, out of position, pulling and turning a player, that is an immediate yellow card. Not seeing that being delivered lately, and I want to know if that's been a talk with amongst the officials over the last few months, because according to the letter of the law, that is a yellow card.
Another conversation here. Lara has to be careful. Already a yellow card for dissent. Alex Beeler is content, and now the free kick. Lifted in, the header down. Monterey Bay trying to help it along. McGee cutting it in. McGee showing some skill, able to keep possession. Now Speedy Williams.
But Monterey Bay keeping Colorado in front of them. No balls, no deliveries coming from getting in behind the defense. And they will do this all night, and they will have them test Herrera from long distance all evening long.
Foul coming from behind. That's against Jairo Enriquez. And a free kick going Monterey Bay's way right at midfield.
Well, at least there's consistency. That was a tackle from behind in the center circle. It's a professional foul. That's another reason for a yellow card. No card given. I'm thinking the referee just wants the game to be open and be physical at the same time.
Yeah, as you mentioned, consistency. As long as the referee is consistent, I guess that's really all you can ask for.
Yeah.
Trying to play this down the left now with Monterey Bay. Switchbacks come over defensively, but it's a quick throw-in. Here's Revelar. And Moby Fair moving it ahead. Nalati, fresh off his first goal of the year against Sacramento. Donor getting end line, getting the cross away, head of the way at the near post. Galloway moves it ahead.
Oh. Now this is where Monterey can get an opportunity for a counter press. This Colorado team likes to bring the ball out to the back, just like Monterey, and it opens up opportunities for the defensive team who likes to press.
It was a fast start for the Switchbacks tonight, peppering Carlos Herrera with shots here early on. Possession has been in favor of Monterey Bay, but the chances have gone in favor of the Switchbacks. 3 shots, 2 of them on target. More final third entries. Amati for fair. And Monterey Bay will look to reset here. Now it's floated forward. Chance to win the second ball, and the shot is well out of play. It's a goal kick.
Well, despite their possession and their side-to-side play, getting a shot off, whether it's on goal or not, does give a little bit of confidence throughout the rest of the team. This time, Revelar, who's such a skilled player at attacking midfield.
In the aftermath of both Hurricanes Helene and Milton, the USL has partnered with United Way Suncoast to help the Tampa Bay area recover from the devastation the storm left behind. To learn how you can get involved, scan the QR code or visit uslsoccer.com/Milton to ensure individuals and families have the access to resources they need to recover. Played over the top, it's Walmer Martinez. Revelar in the jutted fields. And back yet again for Galloway in the switch of play.
You can start to feel Colorado getting into that playoff sort of posture. Look at how disciplined they are in their defensive shape. Everyone has their marks, has their player, and there's no way for Monterey to go at this point.
You might be curious as to why Colorado Springs needs Sacramento to win or draw tonight, and that's because they may not have the tiebreaker in a 3-way tiebreak, but they do have the tiebreaker over Memphis, which is why they need Sacramento to pick up some points tonight. But right now it is El Paso who's currently leading Sacramento by 2-1. So we'll keep our eye on that game tonight as the Switchbacks try to clinch a top 4 seed. And we probably won't know by the time we go off the air whether they have or not, because Phoenix, they kick off against Memphis at 10:30 tonight. That's 10:30 Eastern time. Game kicking off just momentarily. Chance to hit from distance. Deflected right into the path. Flag is up for offside. It was Valesky who made the run, but didn't quite time it.
Well, he waves the finger to the linesman, but good things happen when you shoot. A deflection here and a hairline decision for Valesky. First real aggressive attacking moment again for this Monterey team. You know, Colorado getting a home playoff game. I think for any city or any state getting a home playoff game, I think their home field advantage is more pronounced than any other team because of the altitude.
And the stats back it up. They have the second most points at home in the Western Conference with 33. They are 10-4-3. You change that to the road, they're 3-8-4, 13 points, the least in the Western Conference.
See, Josh, I'm onto
that right
something.
there.
Yeah.
That right there is, the numbers don't lie.
And could you imagine if they pop up to like a second place? They're only 3 points off of second. They get into second. Guess what? A lot of teams have to go through Colorado now to get to that final.
They could host a potential conference semifinal as well then, and maybe even a conference final should top team New Mexico go down.
Yeah.
New Mexico in action right now against Orange County. Switchbacks trying to get something started. With Matt Real, it's turned back. Important result tonight in the West. San Antonio 1-1 against Louisville. So they are currently now on 39 points. That is 2 points off the playoff line, currently set by Oakland. So win tonight for Oakland, some results for Orange County and Phoenix. San Antonio will be out of the playoffs. The field could be set tonight in the Western Conference. Not exactly the seeding precisely, but the teams that will be in.
This Monterey team has not scored at home in over 4 home matches. If they get a goal tonight, being their last home match, what would it mean for the fans who have come out and supported this team throughout the year? And that's exactly what Coach Jordan Stewart was talking about. He wanted to put on a performance tonight for the home fans, have them to continue to buy into this team.
Moved out wide again. Hanya, chance to cross. The header bouncing out of play. It'll be a corner kick coming, a bagel corner kick.
Come on, tell us about the bagel. Bagel corner kick. Thank you.
People love these corner kicks around here.
Yeah, and the bagels too, apparently.
A chance to deliver now for Aiden Rocha.
You know, they've tested Herrera with shots. Let's see if they test him with this corner kick. How close is Rocha going to deliver it?
Rocha's delivery right on top of that 6-yard box and headed clear. Switchbacks able to reset with Speedy Williams, or pardon me, Duke Lacroix, who moves it out wide into the corner and not able to keep that in play.
Well, that is not a bagel corner kick, just to let everyone know. It's going to be a goal kick.
Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice.
Just looking at Colorado's line of confrontation, it is just beyond the attacking, the defensive third. Right at the second third, they're waiting for Monterey Bay. And now Monterey Bay beat the press and get LaCroix with over-aggressiveness. You know, I like the get-up.
I was thinking the same thing.
The shoes go the top. I mean, he's right on top of it.
That is a sharp sweater.
It is.
Especially on a chilly seaside California night.
Yeah.
You need something like that.
Yeah.
Here's Walmer Martinez, set piece specialist for Monterey Bay. Delivered right towards the top of the area. Couldn't beat the first man. Lofted forward again. It comes through for Herrera. And that's where he comes to claim, and he will distribute quickly.
Not a fan of that early distribution. Even if it got to Ronaldo Damas, there were literally 4 dark shirts in the vicinity. No chance he could have brought it down. All of a sudden, this Monterey team that loves possession now gets it back in front of their home fans and gets a build from the back. That being said, they give up the ball in the defensive third.
And a throw in here for the Switchbacks as we enter the final 10 minutes of the first half. It was an early and quick start for Colorado Springs, forcing a few saves out of Carlos Herrera, but those chances have since dried up. Monterey Bay have settled into this game here at home. Sliding it through, looking for options. And taken away yet again. And a player shaken up. They've gotten hit across the face, Tyreek McGee.
Well, it could be a physical match. Both players with their hands going over each other's face. And Tyreek McGee was just the last one to get caught.
James Chambers talking things over with his assistant coaches, Alan McCann.
I think what Chambers may be talking about is speed of play in the last third. Even though Colorado do a good job of building up from the back as well, when they do get to that final third, you do want to see a little bit of an edge, a little bit of unrehearsed play. Maybe Hanya cutting in with Real coming around the back. You're just not seeing that decisive movement in the last third by Colorado over the first 35 minutes.
It's a team that has 37 final third entries, but just 3 touches in the opposition box. So it's that last product, as you say, is lacking.
And he shots from outside. Monterey will welcome that all night long. If you're going to beat me from 30 yards out, great. But they have managed to keep Colorado in front of them in that final third.
Switchbacks looking to come forward again with Enriquez. Flipped over the top for Zach Zandy. His cross is well overhit and out of play. Check out all the exciting postseason action as the USL playoffs presented by Terminix kick off in November. The top teams will battle it out for the ultimate prize. Go to USLChampionship.com for all the latest playoff information. Plenty of playoff implications across the league tonight. How about an early goal for the Oakland Roots on the road at Las Vegas? And a tough loss earlier today. I know you were on the call for the Tampa Bay Rowdies game. Still yet to clinch that playoff spot officially. It's getting interesting down there at the bottom of the playoff picture in the East.
Yeah, they've lost 4 in a row right now. And I think what has happened off the field is certainly starting to show on the field. Players, their heads are dipping. Of course, playing away from home yet again. This was a home match, but it was actually a home match for North Carolina instead. And it's beginning to show. Ooh.
Damas trying to play this one through. Herrera had it read and comes in to claim it.
Now that was unrehearsed. Ronaldo Damas turning and making a reverse pass. And the player running from deep couldn't get onto it. It was Real, looks like.
Herrera had to be tidy there at the back, does get the ball away. And now it could spring Monterey Bay forward and down the line. Good, strong defending there on the far side. Speedy Williams helping to win the ball back.
Well, the last time these two teams played in June or July, I believe, Colorado won 1-0 at Damas penalty. I tell you what, a man by the name of Anthony Siaha was absolutely brilliant. Despite the 1-0 loss, he was the player of the match.
Another whistle here. Siaha made 9 saves on that day.
Not just 9 saves, 9, like 8 of those 9s were like blinders. Unbelievable bit of goalkeeping. I got the opportunity to do that match and I held my breath with every save. It was that good.
Colorado Springs 3-2 all time against Monterey Bay, but they've never won here at Cardinale Stadium. Deflection plays it in the path of Valesky. He's looking for options ahead. It slid forward and now taken into the corner.
Well, I thought Valesky just hesitated for a moment, and that allowed the defense to get back in position, and Maury Donner's first touch was all the way to the corner flag.
Lifted up, the header. It'll loop into the corner. Colorado Springs can get it away and out of play. It's a throw-in.
I think it's fair to say the game needs a goal.
Yep.
I think both teams have shown they can go side to side, they can keep possession, but I think a goal will really put a little bit of urgency on the team that's trailing. Right now, it seems to be a little bit too comfortable for both teams as they hold possession. Oh, what a turn.
Great turn out of trouble there in the middle by Walmer Martinez. Pressure from behind is from Damas, and a free kick. The referee will have a quick conversation, but I don't think a yellow card's coming.
And the tackle is a professional one. What it does, it takes Martinez momentum away. It stops Monterey dead in its tracks, allows Colorado to reset with no repercussion.
And now another quick whistle right after that free kick taken. It's Adrian Revelar who is down.
And why not, Josh? Why not? If you're not going to have any sort of penalty, absolutely dive in, give up the foul, get your team a chance to reset.
These fouls will keep coming like that unless they are warned.
The players will react accordingly.
Another free kick coming. Two-man wall in front of Walmer Martinez. Martinez delivers, flicked along, and ends up over the bar and out of play. And a corner kick awarded to Monterey Bay.
Well, Martinez has had a couple of deliveries from this right-hand side. This was his best one. It asked the question, it was hit with whip and curl, and it just deflected off of 3 heads before finally going for a corner.
It's a bagel corner kick for Monterey Bay, their first of this game. Martinez, the outswinging ball. Lara was up for it. There's a foul in there first, and back to switchbacks it goes.
Good delivery by Martinez. Just too much physicality happening in the box. The referee had his eye right on it. Hands being pulled, shirts being pulled.
Monterey Bay is settled into a nice defensive flow in this game now as we near halftime. Switchbacks have not had Many good opportunities on goal in quite some time. 3 shots all came in the early going, and they're trying to change that here. Hanya puts a player on the deck. The square ball comes centrally, and the clearance away. Matt Real couldn't get anything on it, but it is out for a Switchbacks throw.
Love the idea by Hanya, just to snap it back. The defender went flying, and he rolled it into that corridor of uncertainty. But again, that defensive posture by Monterey did the job again.
Another cross coming in, it's sent skyward. Herrera, it bounces once. Damas was just standing right in front of him, holding his ground. Now this comes the end line again, poked in the middle, and a big clearance out of play. No be fair.
You know,
And Guzman was there as well.
Credit to this Monterey team. You will not think that this team is out of the playoff picture with the desperation in which they're defending. Their body language, they're trying to be first to everything. Even though Colorado is now starting to penetrate, they're getting first to each of these balls coming across their goal.
Bagel corner.
Yes, they're giving up corners, but the danger is snuffed.
Not just a corner kick, it's a bagel corner kick.
The most delicious corner kick you'll ever see in the USL Championship. Actually, the Rowdies have a cookie one, though. I could buy that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Minimum of 1 minute of stoppage time.
We're into 1 minute of stoppage time. It's an in-swinger, and it's spilled. Herrera gets lucky that there were some players behind him to clear it away. Looking for options. Broke it up, and now Monterey Bay looking to carry it upfield. It ends up out of play. Just 30 seconds left in this first half. Donor progressing and now stepping on it, turning it back. And that is the final whistle. 45 minutes have come and gone, and nothing to split Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay thus far.
Yeah, both teams willing to hold possession for long periods of time. Colorado started off with a great adventure with shots from outside the box. Then, in the last 5 minutes, started to penetrate this Monterey team. But Monterey is stubborn as ever, and they're putting on a heck of a show in front of their home fans.
Final home match of the season for Monterey Bay. Colorado Springs trying to clinch a top 4 spot. Tonight's halftime is presented by Integris Wealth Management. Score at the break. It's Monterey Bay 0, Colorado Springs 0.
Coastal Roots Hospitality is a proud partner of the Monterey Bay Football Club. Coastal Roots Events and Catering, along with its 3 iconic restaurants, Montrio, Tarpe's, and Rio Grill, invite you to pick it up and pay it forward, where 10% of all proceeds from takeout orders are donated to various local charities. Their catering service and restaurants utilize local farms, butcheries, and ocean fresh sustainability-driven seafood to deliver unique and exemplary dining experiences. For more information, visit coastalrootshospitality.com.
Are you paying too much for your car insurance? Call Coast Auto Insurance to receive a free quote and see how much you could save. Coast works with over 50 different insurance companies to make sure you get the best rate for your car, motorcycle, home, or business. Coast is a local company with local people. We do vehicle registration, SR22, and insurance for Mexico. Call Coast Auto Insurance today for a free quote and see how much we can save you. Or go to coastautoinsurance.com, where your peace of mind is guaranteed.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got, game-winning interception, first down, just a nice solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
At First Capital Bank, we are dedicated, consistent, and committed to your financial journey. Our experienced team builds trusted relationships with each client to understand your financial goals. Roads to success have detours. Let First Capital Bank guide your journey every step of the way. As your local community bank, our priority is to cultivate success through outstanding and uncompromising service. Join us on the journey to greatness with First Capital Bank.
Halftime presented by Integris Wealth Management. Monterey Bay 0 and Colorado Springs 0 here at the break. The standings tonight are presented by Possibilities, where everything is possible. This is what the Western Conference looks like. The Switchbacks looking to clinch that top 4 spot here tonight with a win and some help. While Orange County, Phoenix, and Oakland have the inside track to chase down one of those playoff spots, but not confirmed as of yet. As for the Eastern Conference, this is what it looks like. Rhode Island could have clinched tonight with a win. They could not take down the Charleston Battery. Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, North Carolina, Hartford, Loudoun. Everybody's still in this, along with Birmingham as well, all the way down in 11th place. What the bracket would look like at this point. Obviously not everybody confirmed as of yet. Some other games in action right now. Colorado Springs would be hosting Memphis 901 as things stand. But right now, nothing is confirmed at the moment. And we will see what we get. We do know New Mexico United is first in the West, and Louisville is first in the East, while Charleston will finish second in the East as well. Next up for Monterey Bay, it'll be a road trip to Tulsa, Oklahoma to take on FC Tulsa on October 26th on the final day of the regular season. Should be an interesting one to close out the season between two playoff hopefuls that look like they will both be eliminated at the end of the night. And for Colorado Springs, their next matchup will be on the road against Sacramento Republic. Will not be an easy fixture for the Switchbacks as they look to clinch that top 4 spot in the playoffs and get that home game, which they are yearning for. That will be next week, October 26th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We are at the break here from Cardinale Stadium, Monterey Bay and Colorado Springs. No score through 45 minutes.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it. We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome to Do or Die. Welcome to stories that give meaning to it all. The juggernaut chasing history. The hero hoping for a Hollywood ending. The upstart determined to make the most of its shot at glory. Welcome to second-guessing everything. Every coach's decision, every referee's call, every pass, shot, tackle, save. Because you know it all means more now. Welcome to the playoffs.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, said, I'd rather be famous instead.
As Montage Health celebrates its 90th anniversary, we're taking a look at the past, recognizing how we started and where we are heading. Over the decades, we have grown from a hospital to an entire healthcare system. Today, Montage Health remains an independent, locally owned, nonprofit organization. We are proud to offer healthcare services for every chapter of life. At Montage Health, our history of excellence is rooted in a commitment to our community. That commitment lives on today and for the next 90 years and beyond.
Halftime presented by Integris Wealth Management. Fan Appreciation Night here at Cardinale Stadium, along with Breast Cancer Awareness Night. So some pink pom-poms in the stands for the fans. News and notes from around the USL Championship. Great to see these teams around the league helping out the Tampa Bay Rowdies with relief efforts following both the hurricanes that hit the area.
Louisville arch rivals, but so classy off the field and so classy on the field. What a great organization.
El Paso, Copa Tejas, they were the bottom team in the Western Conference, yet they still bring home that trophy. And Davion Kimbrough called up to the U.S. Under-15 squad for the upcoming training camp as well. The scores from around the USL Championship. There was that pseudo home game for the Rowdies. They couldn't come out in front, but some crucial results for North Carolina specifically to get back into the playoffs.
So they're now back in the discussion. They needed those 3 points, and the fact that they played at home in front of their fans, which they have an incredible record there, they responded, and now they're back in the discussion. Good for North Carolina.
And the 11 also able to hold off Birmingham Legion. Charleston and Rhode Island played a 1-1 draw as well in the Eastern Conference. Still more games up tonight. A few in action right now, but Phoenix and Memphis at 1-1. And Vegas and Oakland, that game also is actually 1-1, and Phoenix, Memphis 0-0. But it was an interesting one for El Paso, as they currently still lead Sacramento.
What about Louisville City? Able to go on the road, on the West Coast, get a big draw, continue to forge ahead, whether it's in the East or in the West, doesn't matter to them.
It was a heavily rotated Louisville side, but that depth for Lou City is as strong as ever. Halftime tonight is presented by Integris Wealth Management. Breast Cancer Awareness Night here at Cardinale Stadium, where our scores, Monterey Bay 0 and Colorado Springs 0.
At First Capital Bank, we are dedicated, consistent, and committed to your financial journey. Our experienced team builds trusted relationships with each client to understand your financial goals. Roads to success have detours. Let First Capital Bank guide your journey every step of the way. As your local community bank, our priority is to cultivate success through outstanding and uncompromising service. Join us on the journey to greatness with First Capital Bank.
At Integris Wealth Management, we know what it takes to be a good teammate. For 25 years, we've been your trusted ally. We are local and independent. We care for our clients' money as if it were our own. We believe in doing the right thing and work together to find big wins for you. Integris Wealth Management. We turn values into action and champion livelihoods.
halftime presented by Integris Wealth Management. Fans are up for this one tonight for the final home game of 2024 at Cardinale Stadium. Our first half highlights, Monterey Bay and Colorado Springs, the Switchbacks. Boy, they came out swinging tonight with some early chances.
Well, after 22 shots against San Antonio, here comes number 23 right from the get-go. Trying to trouble Herrera. It's a good shot, but a good height for the goalkeeper. Just about shoulder height, gets across. And a good early save for the goalkeeper.
29th minute, and the chances start to flip the other way for Monterey Bay.
Well, all the side-to-side possession finally turned into a little bit of a window. It was offside. Good shot on top of the box. And that was from Gonalti, who scored in the last match for Monterey Bay. Trying to replicate again.
Trying to connect with Christian Valesky. 43rd minute, the chances would continue for the home side.
But they're picking up free kicks now as both teams started to get a little too over-physical. And Martinez, what is his best delivery so far in the first half, clipped a couple of heads, and a corner kick resulted.
Ends up out of play and nothing doing for Monterey Bay through that first 45 minutes. Our halftime stats, a few more shots for the Switchbacks, but there wasn't a whole lot of opportunities in that first 45.
No, but you do like the fact that Monterey Bay, and they're not a playoff team, remember that, are starting to rebuild with a heavy possession game. And they did dominate possession, not dominate, but they had the better of the possession over Colorado. And it just gives you a snapshot of what's to come for this team in the near future.
Oh, players back out on the field for this second 45 minutes of action. Glad you can be with us here on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Second to last weekend of the USL Championship's regular season. Before we get the playoffs going here in just a few weeks' time. Such an exciting time of the year. We know that Colorado Springs will be one of those playoff teams, and we know that Monterey Bay has a game and a half left in their season. But as head coach Jordan Stewart said, they are trying to finish this season strong. They're pros. They want to put in some good performances here at the end.
And also in front of your fans, Josh. Remember, these players understand and they feel the community around them. And they want to repay the community, especially the coaching staff as well, and the management. They want to continue the interest within the region. And these fans have showed up to support their team again. What a great story. What a great club Monterey Bay has.
Great community here. And shifting over from Fresno. And they have really rallied around this team here in this area. Such a beautiful part of the country as well. Just waiting on Alex Beeler's whistle to get us underway. There is the whistle. 45 more minutes to go from Cardinale Stadium in Seaside, California. With Ryan Davis, I'm Josh Eastern. The second matchup of 2024 between Monterey Bay and Colorado Springs. A 1-0 win for the Switchbacks at home back in June. The Switchbacks have never won here at Cardinale Stadium.
Oh.
A nutmeg there by Xavi Nalati. Couldn't quite complete it, and possession given back. Bouncing through the middle, Damas in a battle, and he was brought down. It's a free kick for the Switchbacks.
Good call by the referee. The skipper, Kai Green, had his hand all over Damas's shoulder, not allowing the forward to regain his balance.
Switchbacks winless in 4 coming into play today. And that comes on the heels of a 4-game win streak. It's their 3rd losing streak of 2 or more games here in 2024. Remember, they lost their first 5 to start the season. And they are trying to hit that peak form heading into the playoffs. You wouldn't quite say, though, this is their peak form, especially with 2 straight losses coming in.
And in those last 5 games, 5 goals for, 6 against. That's a lot of goals to concede if you want to be a playoff team and be taken seriously and progress to the semifinals/finals of the Eastern Conference.
And coming into the weekend, they were conceding the 9th least amount of goals with 40. Another foul here with Zandy down.
Now we just came out of the half. The fact that Zandy is not getting up just yet is a little concerning. This is not fatigue. And he's back on his feet slowly but surely.
It's a player that's battled a lot of injuries in his past.
I think it's the way he fell. He fell on his shoulder. And I think that's what hurt him the most, not the initial contact.
James Chambers looking on his first season as head coach has gotten this team heading in the right direction after a rocky start. Well, what a team this has turned out to be here in 2024. On the heels of a playoff appearance last year in which they lost to San Antonio. They made the playoffs now 4 straight years. And they have turned themselves into a powerhouse here in the Western Conference, but trying to make some noise in the playoffs this time around. Another foul. And it's a free kick going the other way. Guzman moves it forward. There's Walmer Martinez. Guzman on the overlap. Guzman's cross. Too close to Herrera in goal. Pardon me. And it is Herrera in goal. We got 2 Herreras in goal.
Just say Herrera and you're fine.
Yeah.
Well, this ball is always going away from Guzman. You have to overcompensate as a player to get the ball back across. If you don't overcompensate, you're just going to end up splicing the ball right into the arms of Herrera.
Carlos for Monterey Bay, Christian for Colorado Springs. One, though, significantly taller than the other. That's not saying Carlos Herrera is short, but Christian is very tall.
He's significantly taller than everyone else.
Here's Enriquez. Looking to play in Ronaldo Damas. Enriquez trying to follow it up. Cleared out of his path.
Again, Monterey Bay, so compact. There's no channel for the ball to be slipped through to get behind that back line.
Zandy delivers out wide. Yosuke Hanya. There's Speedy Williams. On the turn, Tyreek McGee. And now some width. Rocha. McGee looking for space infield. It's laid off. The shot's in the corner. What a goal for the Switchbacks. Zach Sandy finishes it off. A silky move to make it 1-0.
Well, this all started with Aiden Rocha. What vision to put the ball. Look at this. He cuts inside. Actually, it's McGee. Right into the feet of Damas. And look at the layoff right into the path of Zandy. And what a finish. And that's what it took to unlock Monterey. But again, Colorado showing their class in the last third. Those exceptionally skillful players in tight spaces can unlock things where there is no room. You have Zandy, you have Damas, you have Rocha, you have McGee. All players adept in creating in the last third. They combine 1-0 Colorado. And is that the snippet for this Colorado team in the playoffs? We shall see.
Zach Sandy's 4th goal of the year. Last scored on September 28th in the 1-1 draw against Loudoun. And for Ronaldo Damas, how about that assist? Just posting up the defender. It's only his 2nd assist of the season. But that is a big one for the Switchbacks. And they will not be able to clinch a top 4 spot tonight because Sacramento lost against El Paso. They can get a little bit closer, and 3 points will go a long way.
Now remember, goals change matches. Colorado have been denied for the better part of the first 45 minutes. Once that ball goes into the back of the net, everyone gets that intangible, that feeling of, wow, we can do this. And now the Colorado team wants to get on the ball. They're more confident. Monterey now have to shift the tide defensively, push forward and be aggressive in their press and not sit back.
You said this game needed a goal. Now we got one.
And what a goal too. And we talk about shots from outside, diving headers, but a team goal like that. And it took 4 players to orchestrate that goal. The final touch from Damas to Zandi was exceptional, but the build-up itself to create that was incredible. Rocha to McGee.
Quad progressing forward, the Switchbacks. Like they want a little bit more, looking for their first win here at Cardinale Stadium, trying to end this 2-game losing streak and 4-game winless run. Rolled forward again, Enriquez turns it back. Played out wide for Rocha. And now the Switchbacks going to show a little bit more patience here.
And they don't mind, by the way, Josh. Players like Speedy Williams and company don't mind holding possession for long periods of time.
Player ends up in the boards. No whistle, and it's play on. And here comes Monterey Bay. Trying to move it out wide, and again, it's Matt Real to step in. As Rocha ended up in the boards, he's back in the play now. And a whistle will go Monterey Bay's direction this time.
And give Monterey Bay credit. What Coach Jordan Stewart is doing, of course, building up from the back, the midfield and so on, but they're still without Archimede and Trigger. Imagine getting those skilled players into that front line to support what they have right now. Then you start to see this possession convert to chances.
Playing field, it's cleared away again.
It was actually Kai Green who gave up the penalty, bringing down Damas in summer when these two teams met in Colorado. And boy, the wily veteran has been at his best tonight, but not good enough for this Colorado team with that goal. It was such a good move. So much interchangeable parts, so many players on the same page. It was just so hard for any team to stop.
Broken up. Hanya trying to wiggle free, ahead for Damas. Damas was fouled, free kick, and Alex Lara has to be careful.
Well, Lara is one of the few players that were carded in the first half. And there's that tug again. Hanya goes down, Damas just a burst of speed. Definitely not a yellow card. But you can see Damas how slippery it is, 1v1, impossible.
Now a chance for a dead ball set piece. Carlos Herrera organizing this wall for Monterey Bay in front of his goal.
Josh, I think, is a little too far out to test Herrera, but
they're gonna have it anyway, and McGee, as you say, maybe a bit too far out.
I tried to warn him, Josh. But McGee's one of those confident players, and you don't mind that. Players like Malik Foster, McGee, Damas, you have to give them room to try.
Subs coming for Monterey Bay. Our first player on will be Diego Gutierrez. The other coming on will be Michael Gonzalez. Rebelar, and Christian Valesky will exit. All of these subs are presented by BBSI. Just the two subs for Monterey Bay as Jordan Stewart tries to impact this game in the second half. It's not the start to this half he was looking for, and it's another turnover. Looking in fields. Now it's Hanya, who was in an offside position. They wanted back in a great area, couldn't take advantage.
Well, because of Monterey's belief in bringing the ball out to the back, which is amazing, they're going to give you opportunities to press them and then counter press. This was Colorado, but Hanya was standing up in an offside position. Unforgivable, because he had clear view of the last defender, just did not react.
There is news of a goal from Phoenix, where Memphis have scored a goal. So Memphis still just in the live standings, 1 point behind the Switchbacks, making this second half even more important to them to be able to hold on to this and not have to potentially go to Memphis come the first round of the playoffs.
I think at this point, in the first 13 minutes of the second half, Colorado are starting to turn the corner against Monterey Bay. Not only have they scored a goal, but now that the possession seems a little bit more meaningful, now they're getting behind the back line. Now they're getting shots in and around the goal. And I think Coach Chambers has to be impressed with that.
Getting that goal early in the second half will maybe help to settle a bit of the nerves.
Yeah, confidence starts to go up. And let's not forget the San Antonio stat, right? 69% possession, 22 shots on the San Antonio goal. That means they are playing well. They are playing at a high level. They just couldn't get that last product against San Antonio.
Looking over the top, this will run all the way through for Herrera, who just decides to hold on to it. If you can't watch the match, here on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
And McGee just showing off his skills deep within his own half. Him and Speedy Williams getting away from the press in a tight space, no problem. And this is the type of personnel this Switchback team has. All good ball handlers, creative, adventurous. And still, Malik Foster's not on the pitch.
And Malik Foster moving to Indy 11.
That would be why.
But still a big loss for this team, though.
Huge.
There's no doubt about it.
Huge.
They have brought in a player like Justin Dillon, an experienced scorer in this league. His first appearance for Switchbacks was in mid-August. Chance to hit from distance! Oh, it rings the woodwork! Zach Zandy was looking for a brace.
Well, Zandy so shifty, number 10 playing behind the forwards. He moves into space, one trap, one hit, crossbar. He had a shot in the first half at the top of the box, just went wide. This one gets a little closer. And he has that willingness to play off of Damas's shoulder. He has that willingness to move off of the ball, to give Speedy Williams a target, or McGee. It's a thankless job playing number 10 because there really is not much space to play in, but he just loves the role. He loves trying to get open in those tight spaces and making the most of it.
Zach Zandy, who is Philly born and raised. Delco as well, from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Played his college soccer at Villanova, came up with Philadelphia Union for Reading United, then played with Philadelphia Union too. And now a yellow card shown here to Walmer Martinez.
But Martinez feeling the frustration, just kicking out. And we've seen players get away with this in the first half. This time in the second, gets into the referee's book. You know, his statistics have sort of dried up as well. Back in summer, he had 3 assists, and that was in July. Here we are in October, he's still on 3 assists and 0 goals. Can't say Martinez had a very good second half of the season.
Cut back in field from an impossible angle. It was Herrera getting a hand to it, denying Yosuke Hanya.
Well, the man on loan from the Colorado Rapids has been starting to make inroads on that left-hand side. That wasn't too far from Herrera's top right-hand corner.
It is a bagel corner kick here. It's an in-swinger coming for Tyreek McGee. Lifting it in, and it's taken by Herrera. And the long distribution headed upfield. And it's not kept in play, but a quick throw-in still here for Monterey Bay. Xavi Nalati moves it down the line. Maury Donor. Donor's cross flicked into the middle, brought down, and Nalati could not pick out the top corner. Decent chance there for Monterey Bay.
Well, he picked out the bottom corner last week. This time couldn't pick out the top corner this week. Got his first goal. He's full of confidence. It pops back out to him. Tried to one-time it
Instant replay brought to
into
you by
Herrera's top
Media.
left-hand corner.
Goal Jim, goal kick.
eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now.
I am a genuine fan of eFootball. The gameplay is incredible. It is free to download. You can play with any one of the USL teams you would like. It's online. You can play against people. You can play for free. It is an incredible soccer game. Absolutely worth it.
Stamp of approval.
Absolutely.
Look at this foul.
Well, it's Martinez again. He just came off of a yellow card, and that was an elbow in the back of Rocha.
Roger's been on the turf now a few times.
He has been. Concussion test, everything. He got the deluxe package. Elbow in the back, concussion test to the head, slide tackle. He's been through the wars.
He has been through it tonight.
Yes.
Shot total is increased for Switchbacks here in this second half. Up to 8 shots, 4 on target. So not a whole lot going for Monterey Bay. Nalati's shot just a few moments ago. They have 3 shots total and 1 on target. Ahead, Switchbacks can get this back under their control and all the way back for Christian Herrera. Appeals for handball, no whistle, and play on. Nalati just tried to flick it along. He did just enough as it comes into the box. Good defensive intervention there at the back, and the Switchbacks can get it out.
Well, this youngster, Xavi Nolati, is really starting to come into his own. The little flick to have the confidence to pull that off. And it did come off, created space for the cross. And that's the sort of creative influence that coaches beg for their team. You can build up as much as you want, but once you get to that last third, someone like Nolati has to do something unrehearsed like that to create space for someone else.
Nolati, 19 years old, from San Diego. The last 3 years with San Diego Loyal, before that with the San Diego Surf. And if you remember last year, Nolati, he scored 2 late goals for San Diego here at Cardinale Stadium against Monterey Bay. Obviously, we know what happened with San Diego Loyal, and they're saying, okay, you can score 2 goals against us, why don't you just come play for us? And that's what they've done. They brought him in here this year, a goal and an assist for the teenager this year.
Sir Alex Ferguson from Manchester United, who had the best run ever in managers. That's exactly what he used to do, so why not?
Whistle and a yellow card. Tyreek McGee has his name taken.
Well, here's McGee. He has possession and he sort of lashes out, and that hand went really high.
Subs for both sides. Monterey Bay have Grant Robinson coming on and Walmer Martinez exiting. These are BBSI substitutions for the Switchbacks. Kenzie Herman will enter. It will be the end of the night for Iro Enriquez.
In the match, number 12, Grant Robinson.
Just past the midway point of this second half, and Switchbacks have it in their control, looking for their first win ever here at Cardinale Stadium. A team that is trying to now stay 1 point clear of Memphis, and then they could go potentially level on points tonight with Sacramento ahead of that big game next week at Heart Health Park in Sacramento. For the Switchbacks, you know, Monterey Bay coming into play tonight, already eliminated from the playoffs. Here's Jairo Enriquez, whose day will be coming to a close right now. Kenzie Herman now will enter this game. A Frenchman with 1 goal this year, his first pro season out of Seton Hall, and then North Carolina was the USL League Two South Central Division Player of the Year with Asheville City. It's a BBSI substitution.
Well, a very similar player coming on for Enriquez, so it's an even swap in that number 10 role on the right-hand side.
No surprise to see a player like Enriquez come off. He just came off international duty with El Salvador. James Chambers trying to use some of that depth and also manage some minutes here for some of those players that have had a few games under their belt over the past week and travel. Laid through the middle, Damas trying to bring that down, couldn't keep it in his grasp.
Kai Green right in his hip pocket. Any sort of long touch by Damas is going to be gobbled up by the big defender. Now Colorado up a goal to nil. Look at their defensive stance now, getting every player behind the ball. And with the exception of the goalkeeper and Alex Lara, all 19 other players, actually, yep, all 19 players are into the box, in Colorado's half, rather.
Cross coming in, trying for the bike, but it never got there. And the Switchbacks get it clear. Robinson trying to touch it in field. Turned over, and the Switchbacks now on the move.
And again, no rush. Colorado starting to read the game, starting to manage the game, if you will. Not forcing the play, bringing it back, recycling, making sure Monterey now has to fight for every bit of possession that they get. Drawing them out, now trying to go over the top.
Played forward for Thomas. Thomas could not bring that in. It's played back again to Herrera, and they'll look to play out Monterey Bay. Switchback stepping in again, and played back to Christian Herrera. And wiggle free down the line is Diego Gutierrez. A foul. And a yellow card is given to Zach Sandy.
Well, Zach Sandy picking up his defensive responsibilities, beaten way too easy, and literally riding the back of Gutierrez, rather.
A yellow card has been issued in the 74th minute to Colorado Springs number 10, Zach Zandy. Brought to you by
Zandy into the book. And now a chance for a set piece for Diego Gutierrez, who just came on. Coming into the box, never got by the first man. On the way back to Herrera. And Monterey Bay will restart.
Possession pretty even so far in this match now, 51-49. And with shots, Colorado 9-4 over Monterey Bay. Most of those shots were in the first half. Well, actually, about 4 of those shots were in the first half. And Colorado, early in the second half, got that goal. And with that goal, Josh, have really started to gain confidence, get better shots on goal as a result. And they're starting to really start to find their mojo, the Switchback team. Even though they lost that match against San Antonio last week, they did everything correct. And I think if you're Coach Josh Chambers, you have to be impressed with the way the team is starting to form not only little triangles, little spaces, but starting to get behind defenses and create opportunities. And I think for a coach, sometimes not converting those opportunities, that's just part of the sport. You just kind of, you go with it a little bit. But creating opportunities is something that you look at as a coach to see if everything is running smoothly on the field. And this Colorado team is starting to create opportunities on the regular.
And this is a pretty good summation of what this season has been for Monterey Bay. 10th least conceded with 41 goals. It's a pretty solid defensive team when you look at it. But from an offensive perspective, the 3rd least goals scored. They've scored multiple goals in 2 straight games for the first time since April. Remember, before that Phoenix win a couple weeks ago, they went 6 games without a goal. This is a team that has really struggled to put the ball in the back of the net in this latter half of the season.
And yeah, credit to Jordan Stewart. Now that he's brought in this new process, they've scored in the last 2 matches, which is impressive in itself, after that 6-game drought that they had before. So I think this Monterey team has a lot to build off of with their new philosophy. And now you just have to go out and recruit some of the players that will complement the style of football.
Here's Nalati. Poked away, and the clearance. Robinson looking in fields. Looking for something here, Monterey Bay. Fair moves it out wide. Donor stops on a dime, looking for options. Gutierrez back for Donor. Maury Donor chips it in. The header is saved. Herrera and his defensive unit helping that one stay out. Monterey Bay will go again. Another cross in and another header away. Crossing practice here. This one a bit farther. Guzman touches it in. Guzman fires it back across. That was mishit. And the Switchbacks carry it out.
Well, we're going to get confirmation to see who it was off the line that saved that. But Herrera immediately turned to his defender and thanked him. Oh, what a ball.
And too far for Guzman. A great defensive play just moments ago from the Switchbacks.
So here's the third cross that was coming in. He just guided his header to the last post, and it was Herrera. I believe they got a strong right hand. No, it wasn't.
It was Rocha.
It was Rocha, who's been everywhere on this pitch tonight.
Now Christian Herrera is down. Felt something, went down.
Sniper in the 30th row, got him in the knee.
In the aftermath of both Hurricanes Helene and Milton, the USL has partnered with United Way Suncoast to help the Tampa Bay area recover from the devastation the storm left behind. To learn how you can get involved, scan the QR code or visit uslsoccer.com/Milton to ensure individuals and families have the access to resources they need to recover. Let's move the Tampa Bay Rowdies to IMG Academy in nearby Bradenton. And they will play game on Wednesday with big implications in the USL Championship's Eastern Conference playoff picture.
Seba Guenzati in the 11, coming back into town. And it's going to be a barn burn on Wednesday, and then Hartford, who's flying high next week Sunday in IMG Academy against the Rowdies.
It's Hartford first, then Indy 11. That'll be an important one for a lot of teams in the East because Hartford have played one less game. It's the only midweek game.
Yeah.
So a lot of teams could clinch based on that result. And Zach Zandy is down yet again for Colorado Springs. He looks to be in some pain. And more subs coming. That is Juan Tejada and Justin Dillon about to enter.
Juan Tejada, the shortest man with the longest hair in the USL.
Colorado Springs substitution in the 81st minute, brought to you by BBSI. Exiting the match, number 9, Ronaldo Damas, and number 7, Tyreek McGee.
Damas and McGee will exit. Two players both coming back from international duty.
Well, understand what this Damas substitute is. Juan Tejada is the type of player that's going to defend while pressing. Remember, your forward is your first defender. So with Damas coming off and Tejada coming in, it's fresh legs to pepper Monterey when they do decide to play the ball out to the back.
Two subs officially. Damas, who helped set up that goal to Zach Zandy. And Juan Tejada coming on, formerly with Indy 11, Tampa Bay Rowdies. Justin Dillon started the season with El Paso before being acquired in mid-August, formerly with San Antonio and the Sounders setup as well.
Well, it's Xavi coming in from behind. Looks like he caught Zandi on the right ankle. Zandi was a little slow in getting up at the beginning of the second half with that challenge. But it's his goal that separates these two teams. And he's put in an incredible shift tonight, playing behind Damos in between those lines, just in front of the 18-yard box. And he's given Speedy Williams and company a moving target that they can pick out in the last third.
Cross coming in, the heads go up. It's loose in front, the header loops over the bar.
Little concerning for Colorado. No one is actually getting to prevent the cross. So the service is coming in, and that's putting pressure on the center backs.
Gonzalez trying his luck his first season after joining in the preseason. Jordan Stewart looking on for these final 7 minutes as this Monterey Bay side tries to climb back in this game. Switchbacks trying to stay in front of Memphis and level on points with Sacramento, who they play next week. That would set up a big game in terms of playoff seeding. Maybe even a chance to jump into second place based on what Las Vegas does tonight against Oakland. That game is currently 1-1. This will roll out of play and a throw in for the Switchbacks, and they are in no rush to get this game going again. There's Lara just to loft it forward, and the flag is up for offside. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches include the championship final. Will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Robinson chests it down, ends up out of play. Monterey Bay playing with a sense of urgency here, trying to finish off their home slate in 2024 with at least something to show. As you mentioned earlier, they're still finishing this season strong. They're putting on a good performance, and at least, as Jordan Stewart said, they're pros. They have to go out and compete.
Yeah, and they've again, you look at the body language of these Monterey Bay players, and there is no giving up in them. They're playing with energy, and don't forget they are auditioning for spots for next year. So their season is still continuing despite not being in the playoff run. And with Jordan Stewart's new ideas, and he's going to request new players to fulfill those ideas, the players on the field want to be a part of this project and are playing with gusto and playing with eagerness to continue to be a part of it.
Juan Tejada helping to win a throw-in now. Long throw, played back to Herrera, who gets it away. Monterey Bay, their third season of existence, they've not qualified for the playoffs. They reached 40 points in 2022, 41 points last year. They're going to fall short of that number this year. After all those ups and downs in year one and year two, Frank Gallup had that team in good spots, but this year just didn't go their way. Coaching change in August, with the club parting ways with Frank Gallup, who had been the only coach for this club here in Monterey Bay. Jordan Stewart coming in, Simon Dawkins the assistant. Here's Grant Robinson, who lifts the cross in and straight out of play.
Well, heads up play by Christian Herrera. He understood that there was no one behind him. He let the ball go out of play, and it gives him a chance to manage the game. Goalkeepers, this is a huge part of their game as well. Here's this early delivery coming in. Just a little too far. Xavi Gonalti now coming into the bottom of your screen. But goalkeepers have to manage the game. When they're down, they try to get distribution quick. When they're up, they try to slow things down, take as long as they can with goal kicks and out to the sides.
Another foul in the middle. And this will go to Monterey Bay. Kenzie Armand back to his feet. Pardon me, switchbacks. Referee pointed the wrong way. Now back to Monterey Bay. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Monterey Bay trying to play spoiler here with the switchbacks, aiming for a home playoff game. They can't officially clinch it tonight unless Memphis is to drop some points, but Sacramento already lost today. Right now the other scores, no score between Orange County and New Mexico. 1-1 between Las Vegas and Oakland, 1-0 to Memphis. And they're taking on Phoenix in Phoenix tonight. Robinson fires in the cross, chested down. No foul and play on.
So Monterey having some success overloading the sides and getting crosses in. Colorado at this point again being compact and physical. Here comes another cross.
Put in front and the clearance away. Chip down the line, looking infield, fired in. And that took a player down in the process. The play continues on as the header loops out of play.
That was like a uppercut to the stomach when this ball came across right into the stomach area. And that was, looked like Matt Real.
For his sake, I hope it was the stomach area.
Yeah. Well, there's no medicine for that.
Just got to walk it off.
Yeah.
Take some deep breaths.
Yes, that's right.
7 minutes of stoppage time.
Oh, he's back on his feet.
They've added another minute. It is 8 minutes of stoppage time. I'm not sure where they got 8 minutes, I'm not going to lie.
No, I'm not sure either. I know Zandy went down in the second half, but that was just for like about 2 or 3 minutes maybe. Herrera went down for like 30 seconds. Not sure. It is Monterey's last match at home.
They're trying to finish it out strong.
Yes.
They're looking for some late goals. Moved out wide for Robinson. He couldn't track it down.
Well, they're committing players forward. Kai Green is all the way up top now, becoming almost that third forward.
Steven Echeverria will enter. It's the end of the day for Zach Zandy. And his goal has Colorado Springs out in front of BBSI substitution. Guzman helping Zandy off the field.
His own private has scored as well. That's amazing. But I love this substitution. The attacking midfield player, and Echeverria is a defensive midfielder who likes to be combative. He likes to be in the midst of duels. And I think with 8 minutes to go, you can understand why Coach Chambers wants to make this move to protect this lead.
Echeverria coming off international duty with Puerto Rico over this last October window. Cross fired in, the header to the back post, back in front. How about Juan Tejada, the forward tracking back to put it out for a Bengal corner kick.
Well, he has high defensive responsibilities and IQ, Juan Tejada, coming all the way back. I've seen him do this for his entire USL career.
And another header out of play on the quick corner taken. It's another Bengal corner kick. Diego Gutierrez is ready, but the referee is not. Gutierrez delivers, couldn't beat the first man. That's the second or third time.
I think it's like a virus. It's like a virus going through both teams. You can't get the delivery past the first player. It's something else. Forget COVID. This one's worse.
5 minutes to go.
Colorado just happy to put the ball into space now. Get back into the defensive set. Here comes Dylan.
Nodded forward. Brought down. That's the captain, Kai Green, all the way up in the attack. Why not? Gonzalez. Gonzalez throwing his body there into that challenge. And it's a free kick going back the other way. Yosuke Hanya, heavy fall.
Well, in South America, it's called La Mesa. You bend your waist forward and you make your back like a table. And that does the trick. But that is a foul in football and a good call by the referee. And now Colorado are going to take their time to get this ball back in play.
Herrera sends it away. Switchbacks just trying to see this to the end. Moved out wide for Juan Tejada. Kenzie Herman turns it over. Miscommunication between Herman and Dylan. And now Monterey Bay trying to make something happen late on. Less than 3 minutes left. Malati just able to keep that in play, but not much else.
Because Dylan is on the pitch, Colorado is just trying to go direct to use him as an outlet. Colorado, actually, Monterey have done a great job in winning it back.
Tejada, and a foul. Yellow card coming for Xavi Nalati. Nalati saying, I need a sub. And he was cramping a few minutes ago as well. He didn't go down, but this one here.
Well, Tejada was going to have a bit of a counter-attack, and Xavi Nalati just laid him out, understanding what was at stake. And the youngster has picked up a yellow card and a cramp. And Juan Tejada playing at right wing back is more than serviceable in that position.
A yellow card has been issued in stoppage time to Monterey Bay FC number 99, Xavi Nalati. Brought to you by Signs by Band.
So Nalati back on his feet. Not much time left in this one now.
if Mahoney decides not to play it short, it should be played towards the corner flag. A long ball to maybe Dylan, who's already drifting across in that area. And Dylan is going to try and partner up with Herman. Just sort of nod it down into Herman's path.
A sub here. Jerry Ion will come on. BBSI substitution replacing Xavi Nalati. And Herrera will be the one to send it forward. Get a little bit more than the 8 now. And another yellow card coming. This one goes to Matt Real.
Definitely a turn of the tide, huh? First half, not much yellow cards, just one, I believe. Second half has been a flourish of yellow cards. A flurry.
Through the minimum of 8.
Brought to you by Science by Van.
Floated forward again. Heads go up, this looping to the end line, and it's taken by Herrera. There can't be much time left now. Played ahead for Tejada. Will he go to goal? Will he go to the corner? He'll go to the corner. Tejada just trying to keep it alive. It's a goal kick. Well, rather, it's a corner kick. But it doesn't matter because the game is over and the Switchbacks have earned their first ever win here at Cardinale Stadium. A 1-0 victory over Monterey Bay gets the job done tonight for James Chambers' side.
We saw them rounding into form in the last match despite their loss to San Antonio. We talked about the percentage, the 22 shots, where they come right back out, be aggressive from the beginning. They got shots on goal, and then Zani with a bit of magic with the help, of course, of Damos and company. And that's what separated the two teams. But this Colorado team defensively and now offensively are starting to get into that playoff sort of form. And I think Coach Chambers has to be impressed with what he's seen despite the loss in the last game and the win in this match.
Our man of the match is presented by Golden Memorial. It is Xavi Nalati, the youngster. A good performance tonight, but again, no goals for Monterey Bay. We will come back and wrap things up after this from Cardinale Stadium. Full-time score. It is Monterey Bay 0 and Colorado Springs 1.
As Montage Health celebrates its 90th anniversary, we're taking a look at the past, recognizing how we started and where we are heading. Over the decades, we have grown from a hospital to an entire healthcare system. Today, Montage Health remains an independent, locally owned, nonprofit organization. We are proud to offer healthcare services for every chapter of life. At Montage Health, our history of excellence is rooted in a commitment to our community. That commitment lives on today and for the next 90 years and beyond.
Full time from Seaside, California, 1-0 to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks as they earn 3 points for the first time here at Cardinale Stadium. The full-time highlights, Monterey Bay, Colorado Springs. Not a ton of great chances in this game, but 43rd minute, home side trying to get it going.
Yep, they get a free kick, and it's going to be Martinez's good delivery. The little flick on. And that was as close as they came in the first half.
Oh, nothing doing there for Monterey Bay. 50th minute, this is when the goal scoring got started, and what a move this was.
Rucha comes inside to McGee. Now look at this vision to find Damas through the crowd. At his feet, one touch into Zandi's path. Thank you very much, 1-0. What a move. It's a delicate pass from Damas, and then his decisive finish by Zandi. Picturesque.
Slotting it into the corner, Zach Zandi with his 4th goal of the year and his 2nd goal in the last 4 games for Colorado Springs. 61st minute, chances would continue for the Switchbacks.
Once the ball got in the back of the net, Colorado started to gain confidence, and Zandi, who is just reeking of confidence, unleashes another thunderbolt, hits the crossbar, and that's how close they came to goal number 2.
But the 1 goal was all they needed tonight to get the win. The stats, Monterey Bay just didn't have much going in the attack.
No, they had excellent build-up play, and defensively their structure was magnificent. But in the last third, Monterey really couldn't unlock anything until the end. They started to overload the sides and getting crosses in. But before that, not much creativity in the final third.
The Western Conference standings as they are at the moment. Some games still going on, just finishing up in the second halves in Phoenix and in Vegas as well. But this is what it looks like. Switchbacks right now, it is tight in 2 through 5.
We talked about Colorado. If they can get up into that second spot, a lot of teams will have to go through them in the Western Conference in that home field advantage, which could be very, very much a big story in the Western Conference.
2nd most points at home in the West, least points on the road, at least coming into play tonight on the road. That will do it for our coverage tonight from Cardinale Stadium in Seaside, California. The home slate is come and gone here in 2024 for Monterey Bay. It's the Switchbacks that end it with a victory. For our entire crew and broadcast partner Ryan Davis, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Seaside, California and Cardinale Stadium. Our full-time score, Monterey Bay 0 and Colorado Springs 1. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.